And so I chose a time when Speaker O'Neill was presiding on the floor, and I felt that that was an important time because he hardly did that. Others presided. But while he was there, I went up to him and said, Mr. Speaker, I want to thank you very much for helping me out. And I said, otherwise I wouldn't have come this far. And I told him, I just want to point out that all the time that I've been here, I've always supported you. And he said, Danny, you're right. He said, you have been one of my greatest supporters. I said, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And I think that made a difference, because the next day, Charlie Rangel called me and said, Danny, you're in. And so then the next step was we had to take it to the caucus. And that was another job for me to convince my colleagues. And of course, I prevailed in the caucus and became a member of the Appropriations Committee of the House, and was quickly told that you probably will be the first and last person from Hawaii in the House to be a member of the Appropriations Committee. And so I served in the Appropriations Committee until I left 14 years later to go to the Senate. And I hesitated about leaving because I was in line to become chairman of the Treasury and Postal Services Committee and also of the Agriculture Committee. And so when I decided to accept the governor's nomination and selection and appointment, two people came and gave me a big hug. One was Steny Hoyer to say thank you for leaving. And he became chairman of the committee on Treasury. And Dick Durbin was the other one who came and hugged me because he became chairman of the Agriculture Committee. But I mentioned this to indicate the kind of relationship I had developed in the House, and I really felt so close to all members of the House on both sides of the aisle. And in those days, you know, your word was golden, and a handshake was one of commitment. And that's how we operated on both sides of the aisle. And I would tell you that my service on the Appropriations Committee was great for Hawaii, for a great nation. But for me, it was a huge achievement that I'll treasure and cherish through the rest of my life.